Hello, this is Mr. Joe of Mr. Joe Comments. The title of today's video is The Failure of the Christian Churches to Help the Poor. A few years ago, I began my own private investigation of the Christian churches, Catholic and Protestant, and how much they actually help people in need. What I found out was absolutely stunning. I was shocked to find out that they do very little. On the first count, many churches do distribute food to needy people. However, what they don't know is the churches do not spend their own money or income on this food. They sign a waiver with the government not to get involved in politics, that is, recommend political candidates for office, usually Christians, and they receive food from the government entity. However, this food is very low quality in nature, high salt and sugar, and very little protein, carbohydrate, fat, what the body needs. I hate repeating myself, but like I says, I was stunned to find this out. The other thing which I found out was if a poor person or a disabled person, older people who are disabled, if they're partially blind, legally blind, they have a physical problem with their leg that they can't drive, any kind of problem, the churches, the Christian churches who call themselves Friends of the Poor and other entities, they don't even offer a ride to these people who need help to a grocery store even half a mile away. And I was shocked to find out that it's the government that has programs. You can sign up for certain government programs where you get on a bus and they'll take you along a certain route, usually to a grocery store. Sometimes you have to get on one bus and then another bus to go to a store a half mile away. But that's the way they do it. The so called Christian churches do not help the poor with what they need or when they need it. Take Thanksgiving. They do come in and offer a Thanksgiving meal to people. However, they want you to eat, or they offer a full meal at 12 or 1 o'clock. And most people don't really have dinner till 5 or 6, mainly because the volunteers want to get home to spend with their own families. But especially with the matter of rides, like I says, not only poor people, but if you're disabled, like I said, you have a vision problem, a physical problem, it's only the government that has low cost alternatives to getting a ride, or sometimes if you qualify, you might not pay anything at all for a bus ride on public transport for the disabled or the elderly. There's no doubt that the Christian churches have failed entirely in their mission to help the poor. The Catholic as well as the Protestant churches are only interested in amassing money. Many of the Protestant churches, especially, are getting obscenely rich and they're not doing anything, nothing to help people in need. Those who need rides to the store, those who need high quality food, normal food that you buy at the supermarket, they're doing absolutely nothing. Protestant and Catholic, one Catholic church I'm aware of, they take huge donations from their parishioners and they buy gold eaves, EAVES, for the roof, and they offer very little to the poor and needy in the community. So that's my video for today, and it was a big disappointment to me to find this out, but if you're a Christian donating to churches, you should be aware that they're not doing their job. Very few of them, the only ones that are doing even a reasonable facsimile of Christ's message, help the poor, was CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network by Pat Robertson. He helped people get operations they need for physical problems and distributed food. So that's my video for today. The Christian churches stand condemned for not doing. They're supposed to be Christ's ambassadors on earth, help the poor. They're doing little to nothing for this. And don't be deceived. If you're giving your money to a church, they are doing practically nothing to help the really needy. Preaching God's message to people isn't going to help much when people have their mind on other things like getting to the store or physical problems or getting good food. Anyway, that's my video for today. This is Mr. Joe signing off for now.